does not go well with the green screen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and welcome to our Fool's Assassin live show by Robin Hobb. This is the first one for the Fitz the Fool trilogy, which is very exciting. I've been wanting to read this like all last year, and I'm so happy to finally be getting to it. Yay!
Yay!
So we've got I'll let you all introduce yourselves, actually. And Lachette and Melon, their channels should be linked down below if you want to go and check them out. But I guess introduce yourself and, like, what did you think of the book? Kind of big picture.
Cool. Who should go first?
You go first.
Yeah.
Okay. I am Lachette. My channel is Scarlet Moon Creations, and as fair warning, I do have bookish content on there, but I have non-bookish content as well because I refuse to create multiple channels on YouTube. But the last 2 or 3 trilogies of the Realm of the Elderling I've been reading along with Bethany. So
Yeah.
feeling the same. Finally, we are here on the last one. And I had been thinking about it all last year too. But I also was busy and focusing on so many things. So the timing worked out. It's been a while since we read the last book in the last trilogy. And I'll be honest, I kind of went into this like, yay. And then I was like, wait, what happened last? And full disclosure, the character, even up to this point, I had finished the whole book. I'm like, I still don't remember who that is from the previous books. So we'll get to that in a second. But I will say, I guess 4 stars for frustration with Fitz. And also at this point, since it's the last of 5 trilogies or 4 trilogies and 1 quadrilogy or whatever that word is, frustration with Robin Hobb, like, girl, why are you doing this to us?
Oh, jeez.
So that's
yeah, she likes to tear our hearts. I got to go out and come back in because my computer glitches sometimes and like freezes.
Oh yeah,
continue. Mel, introduce yourself. I'll be right back in just a second.
Okay. Hello, I'm Mel from the channel A Book Fiend Named Mel, which is a bit of a mouthful, sorry. And yes, I mostly do bookish content. Don't really know what else to say. I live in Australia, as you may notice from the accent. And yeah, yeah, that's me.
Hi, Mel.
Hi.
How was it again?
What did I think of Fool's Assassin? It has been, this is the only one, no, the last 2 series out of the series are the 2 that I've only read once. Whereas I've read the rest of the series a bunch of times before. Okay. And it's been a long time since I read this one, the Fitz the Fool trilogy, for the first and only time. I say a long time, probably like 6-7 years or something like that. So a while, yeah. So like there's some stuff that I remember, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't actually. Now that I've read the first book, I'm like, yeah, I know what was in the first book, but I don't remember where some of the other stuff that I remember fell in this trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, I also, much as I love him and I love Robin Hobb, I also get very frustrated with Fitz pretty much always. Like, it's a regular thing that I find myself feeling. Yeah, and I spent the whole book waiting for a certain thing to happen because I knew it was happening. It was going to happen. And then, like, being like, okay, but when do we? Yeah, but still loving it.
Yeah. I loved it. It's been over a year since the last time I read a Robin Hobb book, and I forgot how good her books are. I just was like, oh, that's right. Like, she can be writing about like nothing happening, and I am just there for it. I don't know. So, I had a really good time. Oh shoot. I think one of my kids is like not feeling super well. So
Oh,
if I have
no.
to like I don't know. Usually they're asleep by now, which is why we usually do this time. So if I have to run for a second, I will, but I think we'll see.
We
But
understand.
yeah, no, I really loved it, and I think I have a lot of theories about what's going on and thoughts that I want to talk about. I can't wait for the next one. Yeah, Fitz is frustrating at times, but I still love him. Also, look at the comments. Hi, Renee. Hey, Jessica.
Hello. Hey, Jessica. It's been a long time.
Anna. Never read what happened. That's true. Renee like skipped the series because she didn't like the series, so
Oh.
it's totally fine. No, but this is true. She can rip your heart out. It is wild. He's the real fool. I mean,
He
truly.
is the real
Isn't that
fool.
the funny part,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Renee, if it makes you feel better, I did the same thing. I started reading the Rainwild Chronicles when they first came out, and I think that it was because you go from the Farseer trilogy to the Live Ship Traders and back to the Six Duchies and Fitz, and I think I was expecting that to happen with the Rainwilds, and so I was expecting to go back to Althea and Brashen and all of those characters, and then when it didn't, I was a bit like, oh well, fine. And so I put it down in a peak of frustration, and then I picked it back up again, totally out of order, totally randomly, a couple of years ago, and realized that actually it was also amazing. So yeah, I'm happy to be reading this one to see what you can see following from the Rainwilds.
Renee.
Oh wow, you missed a lot of stuff.
I was like, oh, he got married. Oh, she's gone.
Renee was like, wow, he grew up fast.
You missed like the whole saga of them like finally rediscovering each other.
Yeah.
Married Burrick, had kids with them. It was like old.
Yeah. You missed a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
So Renee probably is wondering who that guy is that I'm wondering. Even though I read the middle trilogy.
I mean, that's true. And yet he didn't grow up enough. Yeah, I mean, I think this is Fitz. This is, but
he did have a lot of like arrested development.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of trauma and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of times where you're like, did you learn nothing from that experience? And he's so impulsive, like all the time.
I
feel like when he's
no.
Yeah.
So it's like that wasn't him being a kid. That's just a personality trait.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Who are you talking about?
Who are you talking about?
I think we all know who she's talking about.
The Fool? Are you
That's
talking
what
about
I'm
the Fool?
saying.
I mean, impulsive yet not doing shit to take care. He's trying.
He is trying.
Trying.
He is impulsively taking care of Bee.
I agree. I think he has grown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's like I think the conclusion I came to personally is I think Fitz has some like internalized homophobia and is probably bisexual, but like there was a huge falling out because he like crashed out about like freaked out on the Fool about like people assuming that they were lovers and how he couldn't handle that, and the Fool was like very hurt. It was like a whole thing.
The Fool goes on like a big rampage about gender and sexuality and sex and stuff at some point.
Honestly, several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
It just gets more explosive each time he does, understandably.
This is reasonable, Jessica. I'm not surprised it exists.
No, me neither.
I remember you mentioning this in past live shows, Jessica. So I'm glad you brought it back up to remind me to check some things out later.
Check it out.
Once we're done with this trilogy, finally.
Right.
But
I mean, I feel like if
Maybe
like
I won't read it.
Hermione and Draco fanfic exists, then obviously like a relationship that was almost there
Yeah.
versus one that really wasn't
Yes.
has to exist
One
somewhere,
that
right?
has been teased for 15 books.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. I love this. Yes, that's entirely. I love how like everyone's like, yes, let's go find all the fanfic.
Fix it. Fix
You
it.
know, see, I know it doesn't have to be, but I do think it is in this case, personally.
The Fool is definitely in love with Fitz.
Absolutely. And I think that Fitz is in
Fitz is
I think
definitely in love with
I
the
don't
Fool.
like I think Fitz is also in love with the Fool, but is like freaked out by that.
Yeah.
But I do think it is more than just close friendship. I mean that can exist. I just don't think that's what this is. But that's, you know, everyone reads things differently.
Yeah.
Beloved is the Fool's name.
Yeah.
Or it was what he was originally called. He doesn't really have a name. That was what he was always called as a kid.
Mm-hmm. But
So
Fitz is the only one who calls him that now.
Fitz is the only one that calls him that, but that was
But
like,
that's
yes, he
yeah.
called Fitz beloved, but and like it is also because they're like so close, but it is an actual like
It's a
name
nickname,
more than just.
I mean,
yeah.
here's the thing though, Renee, is like I also would probably think that my aging menopausal wife thinking she was pregnant was crazy.
Especially when it lasted for like the
2
duration of
years.
the elephant.
That was crazy. That was some body horror, honestly. I don't know.
Right?
Like, I have not been pregnant, but I'm not against it happening. It just hasn't. I was like,
You know what I thought? I thought it was gonna end up being that she had like stomach cancer or something. Like, you know.
Oh God.
I didn't even
I would not have put it past Robin Hobb to have done that to us. I mean, they did kill us. They did kill us, so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she was getting old, so I figured that was gonna happen when we started jumping time, and he was still looking 35, and
everyone's like, "Who's this old woman you've got?"
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Oh.
That one girl, I was like, rude.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not believe that she was actually pregnant. I thought surely she was going to die of something awful. Like, I did not at all think it was.
I mean, I think that was really well written because at first, because there was that intro to those chapters about how you're supposed to treat women as they get menopausal, I guess.
Yeah.
Or postmenopausal, without using those words, and how, you know, they become hyperfixated on certain things and blah, blah, blah. At first I was like, oh, she's pregnant and we're just going to pretend she's crazy. And then when, you know, fall, winter, spring, summer passed and she still didn't have a baby, I was like, oh no, why are you doing this to her, Robin? And then another year, and then she actually has a baby, but it's really tiny. I was like, this is gross. And also, like, how emotionally and mentally traumatizing has this 2 years been for poor Molly?
Yeah, Emily, this is what I thought. I also thought she had cancer and dementia. That is what I thought. Yeah.
I thought it was going to end up being, well, I had suspicions what it might have, the magical potential side of it.
And I guess part of it is that I don't put it past Robin Hobb to do that.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be dementia if it was anything that wasn't true. But yeah, I'm the same. But
I don't have any theories about how that happened, though. I have no theories. I'm just like,
you know, the process it takes to make live wood. I imagine a magic-y child can take that long. Fair. This is a good point, Renee.
Okay.
Well, and now, so I love Bea as a character. She's so interesting and fun.
Yes.
But also, I thought this from like halfway through the book, and I now, after having finished it, think even more so that she's probably a white prophet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because that was my message to you guys about Fitz being like dense
Yeah.
at 50, I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. This child came out white and tiny,
Yes.
and there's clearly a weird consummation. But
Right.
definitely a weird, what is it, gestation period.
Yes.
And I'm like, Fitz,
Yeah.
she
is
doesn't look at things.
Yeah.
She's really pale. Where
yeah,
else
of all
have
the
you seen this?
characters, you'd think Fitz would be the one that would go,
to
wait a
put it
minute.
together. Like, wait a minute. Well, because
Huh.
I think the difference, well, especially because we get like the partially messed up page, right? The of like, you know, one of the excerpts of something
Oh,
that
yeah.
mentions that they can be born places other than where they are typically found.
Yes.
So I was okay.
But wasn't that a page he could decipher himself?
Yeah, maybe like part of it. I don't know. So I don't know if he had read that or didn't put it together, but yeah. How long was the pregnancy?
Well,
right.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. So yeah,
Could have been 3 years for all we know.
Oh, good God. No, not more time.
Yes, Bee is a great character. I really like it.
Yes.
Yes, and
agreed.
she remembers everything. That's also interesting.
Oh,
Well, and then when she was like seeing the different weavings of time, I was like,
Mm.
profit,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Profit,
that's got to
100%.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
And
yes.
her beautiful paintings as well is like,
Yeah.
seems to be a thing that,
Mhm.
The dreams.
Yeah.
yes.
But then she also has like, you know, is skill sensitive and has the seems
And
to have the wit
the wit.
as well.
Yeah.
So she's like a triple threat.
Well, she's like,
that's why they're looking for her.
she's this child of a catalyst,
Yeah.
but she's a white prophet. So I don't know what that, I can't, like I said, I can't remember a lot of this one because I've only read it once, but so I'm like, I wonder what it's going to end up meaning.
Well, and the breadcrumbs were there. Everybody kept saying, "You look like a boy. You look like a boy." And so it makes sense that like when they saw her, they were like, "Oh, she's the son."
Yeah.
Like even though Fitz didn't figure it out quick, like immediately when she was born and she was pale and everything, you think when the whole unexpected son thing was going on, you think that. But he took it so literally that it was the fool's actual biological
took it literally,
son.
apparently.
Which is also interesting, though, too, right? Because like the fool is gender bendy as well, and so like it would stand to reason that a white prophet like son might just mean like child.
Yeah.
There's some I don't know. That's interesting.
But then with the brother at the end, maybe that's why. So that was one theory I kind of had.
Yeah.
When he was like, my brother, I was like, the way she saw him, he stuck out different, like he was sparkly or whatever when they were in town. And then again, when he was walking around the house, and I was like, this obviously person is different. And then I listened to the audiobook, so the voice they had for this character, whoever that is, was like, oh, my brother or whatever, sounded off, not like an accent, but like, I don't know. It was weird. Different from the woman who was with them. And I was just like, maybe if this person is like white, a white too, or the child of something, or a child of a white, or maybe another catalyst. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. Like,
oh, you mean the guy that was like the fog guy that she kept saying?
Oh yeah, the fog man.
Yeah,
That's what we called him. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was the one who saw if they're somehow connected, like siblings, if he's seeing her as a him and not able to see past, short haircut and male-ish clothing, then telling everyone we're looking for the forgotten son.
Right, yeah. This is a good point that Fitz is probably feeling horribly relieved Molly wasn't battling dementia when Bee is born, and then 5 or 6 years later Molly dies, so he's not going to put so much together because of grief. I mean, that's a fair point.
That's fair,
yes. And
And it has been a long time since he saw the Fool.
what happened when
And-
she was a baby. Oh, right, yeah, because she remembers the name
Yes.
and the guy who came to kill her when she was like a newborn. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
Fitz
not killing her.
Vigilance.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Vigilance.
Okay, so this is also a good point. Fitz has part of the
Yes.
Fool in him following a healing and tawny man, therefore B can be the son of the Fool.
And they were also
Okay.
skill linked for even since the end of the Farseer trilogy.
That
So they've
is-
had
Well, didn't
yeah.
they go over that? Like when he was
Yeah,
trying
that
to
he-
heal him, that
he thought he would still
which
yeah, that he-
also kind of explains too, right? Like the long pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing Molly said. Because imagine finding out that your husband, you know, impregnated you with the child of
Of the
this other
of
guy,
this
Right.
other person who like there's all this
and
you know,
neither one of them
talk
knew.
about whether or not they
which
were
is
ever
maybe like
brothers
why
and-
she could get pregnant in the first place, I guess.
yeah, maybe.
Well, that's
But
wild.
she lived through it. That's the other thing. Maybe B was that small, so Molly would
Wild.
live through it. Because
Maybe.
imagine if she was a full size baby. I don't know. And so again, I've never been pregnant, so but maybe that made it easier on her.
Well,
being
Renee,
so
I mean,
small.
she was like in her 50s.
Yeah.
She was menopausal. She
Yeah.
was in her 50s.
She wasn't like 80, no, but
No,
like
she
for
was like
the
for
time
having
frame they're in.
getting pregnant, she was old for getting pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Just-
I think she didn't seem that old because Fitz saw her
Fitz, yeah.
how she was when they were
Mhm.
kids as well.
I just have to say, I went into this like finally the two of them, because I totally forgot he went back to Molly. That's why so much time has passed. I forgot at the end of the last book he went back to Molly and the Fool went back to wherever he came from. But I was just like, yeah, they'll be together. And then like quarter of the way through, I'm like, okay, so not. When she got pregnant, I'm like, oh no. And okay, so the part of my frustration with Fitz was also these people showing up who are pale as hell, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me.
He's just
Nothing.
very oblivious.
Nothing.
She is.
Yeah.
And then the talk with Jade about all these other very pale,
Yeah.
ghastly,
Yeah.
looking people.
And then he's
who've been
always like,
cited
the
looking-
Fool hasn't sent
Oh.
me any messages. And you're like, who do you think these pale people are? But they don't know that's the part of why they're showing all those different excerpts of the things that
Yeah.
he's been.
Right.
They don't know a lot about the White Prophets. They don't know much about the Elderlings, but they do. They know more now that the dragons are back. That they don't know much about White Prophets at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of
This is
people don't
true.
really believe in the concept of White Prophets because there aren't that many who
Right.
look like the
Yeah.
Fool.
And they did reiterate that when he was thinking about Jade talking about the white prophets when he was a kid. So,
Yeah.
So this is also a good point.
Yeah.
People impregnating other people in other people's bodies is nothing
True.
new, as we saw in Assassin Quest, which is like also, I guess, interesting because Molly has some real feelings about that, about the fact that his body was used for that. So it's interesting that then just flip it around and realize that, like, the
Interesting. I didn't
child
think
she
about that.
does have is not Fitz's child, really.
Well, she's not here to think about it, so luckily, because she would have some words, I'm sure.
Yes, Fitz is
Yeah.
like sort of
Yes.
duped. I mean, kind of
Biologically.
biologically.
Yeah.
Yes, you did miss quite a bit, Renee. Yeah.
Farseer 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say,
So Fitz, Verity went into Fitz's body
Yeah.
and had sex with Katrikan and then was pregnant. So he used Fitz's body. They were skill linked.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why the king, Dutiful, has the wit. and the skill, although we'd have had the skill either way. But that's why he's witted. So
Yep.
that's that whole thing in the Tawny Man trilogy about Fitz being called back to help out with Dutiful, because the wit was still not. The wit didn't start being accepted really in the Six Duchies until Dutiful made it okay.
Yeah.
And even then, like, not. Probably
I was going to say, it sounds like it's still...
It was a weird scene, but yeah.
Okay.
So that's why you have the whole like, who's the real, like, the father is well, and then Verity wasn't there anymore, so really he didn't really have a father. He would just had Katrikan, but then he's a prince, so he would have had everyone.
Can we talk about Shun, because she is the worst?
Good God, I cannot stand that. I cannot.
And talk about oblivious.
I wasn't expecting her to be like that.
She was so smart. She could not put together anything to save her life.
It's like she just turned on like all of her anything. Like, she can be smart when she wants to be, and she clearly doesn't want to be very often, because she had that whole interaction when they first met, and she was like, I bested you, and I did this and I did that, and then like immediately was just totally oblivious and totally didn't care about anybody, and just
like very, very self-centered. Just makes assumptions without thinking anything through, and is like, wait, how can you have this? How can you skill? That doesn't make sense. Only the
royal. The fact that she got that far was like, finally.
only the royal family skills. I wonder what that means.
And even though like he's been called Fitz in front of her multiple times.
Yeah, that she still hasn't put it together.
No, and then
Malta, I liked.
Yes,
way worse
than Malta. And Malta was like
Malta was intelligent.
She was alive, like whereas Shun is like a young woman.
And Malta, I feel like, was smarter with her selfishness.
Oh, so much smarter.
She was very cunning.
I mean, very cunning. But it made sense. I'm like, girl. I was waiting. I was like, Fitz, I need you to tell her who you are, and like make it clear, spell it out, because clearly Jade just saying your name out loud didn't do anything.
No.
And I'm just like, everybody deferring to you and not making any sense.
It's been a long time since Fitz chivalry was talked about, and Fitz seems to be a fairly common thing to call from an illegitimate child.
Anybody who's a bastard is Fitz.
Yeah. So I guess just being called Fitz doesn't really mean anything. Like, if she wasn't,
I'm like, how is she supposed to be a better spy?
Yeah, I think that was all just.
She's not, like, that's the whole point, is she thinks she's better than she is.
Or like more delusional. Just like, girl, dude, all of this stuff is happening in this house and you have no clue? You can't tell me that Jade is not messaging her. Like, I mean, obviously she don't got the skill, but like something. I don't know. But also, she better not be dead, because I need her to have that realization that she is not as who she thinks she is.
Yeah.
Also, this part, Renee, I was like, why is he just taking all these people in when his daughter... Like, that's the thing, is I was like, he should have kicked Shun out or found somewhere else for her to go, because it was just not a good situation.
I think it's part of the whole fatherhood and father theme throughout the whole series. It's like Jade asked him nicely.
Yeah.
Both her and Vigilant are also bastards, and he's been there. And
also, what's the deal with Fitz Vigilant? Like, why is everyone in the castle so concerned about Fitz Vigilant?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I have questions.
So, like, his father acknowledged him as a bastard and brought him to the house.
A yellow sweet is yellow. I know. She was so frustrated.
Like, girl, there's a red suite over there. Just move to that one, which she did, but whatever. The I think I'm a little more upset with Sean about Fitzvigilant or Lent or whatever the hell he's calling himself. So I was like, you are a bad influence, and that's just like I was disappointed in him, but also like disgusted with her because of how they were acting. I'm like, that's a little girl, that's a literal child who looks younger than she is.
Mm-hmm.
So should be assuming that she's like half the age that she actually is. You should be treating her even more like a child, but here you are being ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then taking away. I mean, I guess Sean and Fitzvigilant didn't know that they were both spies in waiting or whatever.
Yes.
Assassins and princesses. Here we go for a little bit with Shade. So, but I'm just like, y'all just threw all of that away, and we're all saying that what who is Fitzchivalry? That's our main character. Fitz. I'm talking about our main character. It's too many Fitz.
Fitz chivalry.
Fitz chivalry is like off his game, which he is clearly. But I'm like, does he not deserve? He told y'all he don't want to be a part of all of this.
Yeah.
He's there.
He wants to like live his life with his daughter.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, technically, I feel like he should have got that grieving time, but also, you know, all the kids needed help one by one, and I mean, one of them being, you know, his actual biological child.
And then he ends up like saving all the other kids and getting captured.
Yeah.
That was so frustrating. I'm like,
yeah.
Can I tell you guys how I read the end of this book? My friend had a party in she lives in New Jersey, so I take New Jersey Transit out there, Bethany. And from where I'm at to there, it's a couple of hours. So I was like, I'm gonna save the end of this because I do sometimes get sick on the bus if I'm reading physically. So I'm like, I'm gonna save the end of this audiobook for the bus ride there and the bus ride back. And I listened on the bus ride there, and I think I got to where they found the fool in the town or whatever have you. And then I got to her house and we were partying or whatever up till 2:00 in the morning. I go to bed, and then I had allergies. I couldn't sleep. So I was like, I'll put the audiobook on. And I'm listening to the whole thing with the fools and all of that stuff. And I'm like, finally, because this is what I've been waiting the whole book for, because the series is called The Fitz and the Fool.
Right.
So I was like, the fool better show up in this book. So anyway, going through that whole thing, and I finally get tired at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I need to save some for the bus ride back. And I stopped just before the last chapter, not the epilogue, the last chapter.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, go to sleep. I wake up only a couple hours later, and we're conversing or whatever, and then my friend in the afternoon, she's like, I'll drive you home. So that means I can't listen on the bus, which is not a bad thing. I love my friend, right? But I didn't listen until the next day because I got home. I was so tired from barely sleeping the night before. I got home, I think at like 6 p.m. and I passed out, and I was dreaming about, I was like, oh God, this is not going to end well because something's going to happen because he's stuck all the way at Buckkeep Castle. This is not going to end well. And I woke up the next day and I start the chapter, and it's like the raid. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
And like somehow wound up dragging out the ending over like 3 days for myself.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would have been so frustrating.
Yeah. Oh,
I had such bad dreams about it. It was like, what's gonna happen? He's gonna come and his child's gonna be gone, and Vigilant is dead. I don't know. He might just be injured, but on the ground.
I
And
think he's gonna still be
stupid
alive.
chick
I
is
doubt he's
just.
dead yet. That would be scary.
He's gonna go looking
Yeah.
inside the
But now, like,
walls, and he's gonna find all these other kids.
yeah,
And they're gonna be like, where? And then
I
all the
know.
cooks are gonna be like, you've been spying on us the whole time because we have all these tunnels we don't know about, and our kids were in them because they
No,
ain't
but
none
all
of
the kids, I think all the adults are gonna be dead,
Oh,
Yeah.
this is true.
or at least a lot of them.
I was just going through all these scenarios, and he's going to be like, I just need to find my child. And it's going to be like, yeah, well, he took her because he thought she was a boy. And it's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was like, I'm hoping at least they have a quick conversation where Sean's like, but I don't still understand what the big deal is. And it's going to be like, well, because I'm Fitz Chivalry Farseer.
Yeah, if only she had a blank
And the fool is the white prophet,
Right.
and that's our child that they've been looking for.
Yeah, I'm very anxious to get to the next book and see
I'm
what's
so.
next. So, yeah.
And it was 5 days ago, and I was like, "What do I do with myself?"
Can't start another book. What am I supposed to do now?
Cliffhanger to end on. Yeah.
Yes. Ugh. Poor Fitz is gonna be so stressed out. That man, like, hasn't
I
he
mean,
been through
also, I'm
enough?
like, why the hell would you leave your daughter with two people that you don't trust, who don't
Right?
like?
I know.
Like,
I kind of get it. It's the fool or your child, and then you don't know if she'll make it.
taken her with him.
That's what I thought too,
Okay,
except
well.
that he doesn't know. Again, I don't know how he doesn't know that she might have the skill.
Yeah.
You would think that he would think that would be the case because she is
But
his
he's
child.
also taken people who don't have it through. I don't know. I just think.
Yeah, I would have taken her
She
as
was
well.
like, sure, I want to go with these people. Yeah. Oh, yes, at the end. No, that I think is some kind of a magic manipulation.
Yeah,
she's
same,
like,
same.
"Oh, I accepted." That feels like magic manipulation, 100%.
Yeah, because immediately the guy was like, "Oh, you're the second son," and she was like, gave him, but she normally, even if she was like, "Yes, I'll go with you," normally she would have been nitpicky enough to be like, "Yes, but I'm not a boy. I'm a," like that's her character would have been like, "No,
exactly.
that's not." Yeah.
I don't know that I agree with this. Like, I think he does try to be I think he just, like, he doesn't know how to raise young kids, and he doesn't know how to handle girls, especially.
Yeah.
Like, I think he just, like, doesn't know what he's doing. He's only raised, like, boys that were already, like, 8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
the way he raised. Sorry, go on.
He wasn't allowed to. Like, she didn't want him to touch him. And Molly just, like, kind of went along with it. I mean, so did he. But,
so
like,
it's not even that he didn't want to help. It's like he couldn't, because when she was little, she didn't want to be near him. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah. Fitz is totally messed up. I mean, Boric, Chade, these are his examples.
Yeah.
And then now he's dealing with, like, grief over the loss of Molly. Yeah, he is trying to keep beef from Buckkeep, but also, like, that could, lesser of two evils.
Well, now he knows that, but the whole time he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't really know that that's a thing. Yeah. I like that. He should read a freaking book or something. What book? What book?
Yeah.
I don't think they had any parenting books.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what I'm saying. Is it's like Molly had raised a bunch of kids. She knew what she was doing. He doesn't know what,
Yeah.
And
look at who is he.
And he didn't have a reason to really learn until she died, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I mean, that wouldn't have happened.
He didn't know he was doing it.
Yeah, that is something that's like supernatural. That's not something that would happen with a normal, non-witted, skilled father and daughter. Not that to an extent it doesn't happen with regular people, but it's like to him
very different.
He's controlling himself.
Yeah.
But there's unseen stuff.
However, can we talk about Wolffather?
I am confused.
Oh, I think it's the spirit of
Night Eyes.
Of Night Eyes.
But how?
Magic.
Yeah, again, magic. Like Renee keeps saying,
I was
magic.
like, I don't know. And then like she's confused. No, I think I'm confused because she's confused because she's like seeing him in Fitz in certain situations.
Right.
And at first he wasn't realizing it, but I was like, well, that would be, because I think he even mentioned it in the beginning of the book, that he still feels, like that phantom wolf spirit within himself or whatever.
Yeah, because I think like Night Eye's
I got
spirit
that.
connected to him.
But then
I think it's kind of cool that it's almost like her guardian angel, but like a spirit.
I'm very curious about how Night Eyes is maybe a better parent. I was trying to think about how, like, what did he have kids? That I don't remember.
I don't think he did. But also, Night Eyes was always a little bit wiser than Fitz.
Yeah.
Like he would always be like giving Fitz little nudges of little like, maybe think about it like this, or maybe you do it like that, or like
And that.
Yeah, but as we've mentioned a few times, Fitz is not anything but a genius.
Yes, he's nowhere near. So yeah.
Yes, that was all part of the
frustration. Do you think Wolf Father will follow her to the culty people land and will hopefully help
with culty people?
Bars.
Renee, I love that you have not like read the middle, so there's just like this.
So Renee,
feeling to all of your comments.
Yes. Do you actually like the books, Renee? I'm just because I get the impression that you like Fitz, which is fair, to be honest. I mean,
that's what I was gonna ask you.
Renee just has like strong feelings about books,
which is fine. I'm just curious whether you actually like them or not.
It's far from perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. I think they're amazing, but remember, part of Fitz is now in Night Eyes, vice versa. Yeah. That's what we're saying is like, they're still
so there was various times. There was a couple of times when not just like it's not just the wit, but it's the skill as well. So it is slightly different. I think Fitz's relationship with Fool and Night Eyes is slightly different than other people's relationships, either via the skill or via the wit, because I think the combination of the two is what makes it a little bit different, and also the Fool being not really entirely human.
And Jessica, this is a good point. Nettle also didn't put it together, and she also was skilling. Love the first two live ship books. We don't talk about the third one.
Well, I just realized Belle doesn't know, and obviously Renee doesn't know. So I actually DNF'd the third book in that trilogy.
Oh, really?
Because I was just not having a good time. So I DNF'd it pretty early on because I wasn't enjoying the first two. I did like the Rainwild Chronicles when we read that. And I read that the whole way.
It's so interesting to me because it's like, I think Live Ship is one of my favorites. Although I really liked the second Fitz trilogy too. I don't know, but I loved the Live Ship Trader series. But I feel like people tend to be split on which is their favorite. Like,
that's what I'm going. So Renee, maybe the other two trilogies are more your thing. I only skipped the one. I read the Rainwild Chronicles. That's the dragon one.
The Rainwild,
though there are lots of dragons in what's the middle one with Fitz? I
can't think of it.
The Tawny Man trilogy when they bring the dragons back.
Yeah, I did really like the Tawny Man trilogy too.
That kicks off the whole thing that happens with the dragons.
I think Live Ship and Tawny Man have been my favorites. They're all great. I like them all, but I think
Live Ships were always my favorites.
Yeah, I love Live Ships. It's rough, but also I love it.
It's I mean, they're all hard hitting and they're all hurt, but definitely. Live Ships, I think, because there's so many different people being messed up, it's just like, oh god.
I think that was bothering me, but yet somehow the Rainwald Chronicles there was more characters, but that many didn't bother me in that one. I don't know. I don't remember anymore why I skipped that last one, but maybe I'll go back to it.
It was intense. I mean, there was some like real rough stuff happening.
Yeah.
In this one.
All the stuff with Kinnet, is that how you say Kinnet and Althea, and who Paragon actually was, and who Kinnet actually. Oh my god, that just I remember reading it the first time and just being like,
yeah, it was a lot.
Oh wait, so I have a question. Since Renee, you've read the live ships, have you realized who? Oh God, what was the fool's character in that?
Amber.
The woman, Amber, is the fool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have picked that up since you haven't read
Yeah.
Talking Man.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Okay.
But, yeah. She hasn't read the Tawny Man trilogy, which kind of, I think, solidifies that.
Okay. Yes, I think Renee. Yeah. Yep.
I remember reading the live ship trailers and Amber coming up, and Amber's like the puppets that Amber makes, and all the beads and stuff. And I remember being like, that sounds
Yeah, well, and there's a scene near the end of the first trilogy where there's like a vision of the fool looking like someone similar to Amber, and it's unclear if it's like the fool or so I also was sort of like, like there's a connection.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
I don't think I made that connection until later when she was looking at the ship, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, one of the characters from the live ship traders go in the first book of the Tawny Man trilogy says something about you must really love him to have put his face on the live ship, which is the thing that I think that made Fitz just completely lose his shit.
That also bringing us back to this book, the carving that the fool left him, and that whole thing in the beginning with the assassins leaving blood on it. I was like, what is that about? Why were they in his office? But also, God, Fitz. Yeah. You saw like 3 people.
Right?
Like, just so you know, Renee, like we can all understand why Fitz is the way he is. That doesn't excuse it. It's like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, even the whole thing with B, like her room, and I was like, oh, finally you did something, but also, oh my God, you just let them throw all of her mother's things away. Bruh.
Yeah.
It's back to that whole
How did you feel?
Like he just doesn't think about
what
I think Nettle's comment to him at the end is really poignant about that he thinks that people don't love him.
Yeah.
The way
that's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially since she's his first daughter. Yeah. That was the whole thing. It was nice to see Nettle again, but also it's just like the whole father thing theme from the whole series is coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I do think this is also true that like
that's what my mother says, but I'm
a lot that it is true that like a lot of men just don't think as much about some of this stuff.
That's socialization, though. Surely, like that's not.
I'm sure
that's not nature. It's nurture more than nature. I would.
Yeah,
definitely. Because I feel like
a lot of it is, but I do think often that ends up being the case.
Like Fitz definitely, because just thinking about him being Bee's father, Molly died, and he just like never thought about the fact that she has to get dressed and do her hair and
he's not
learn things, have something to do throughout the day, and it's just like that is neglectful. And I get it, one of the loves of your life, has died.
What I do think is interesting with the like nature nurture. Like I think it's a combination of the two, but I have read something that's really interesting about how like this is like kind of off topic, I guess, but like about how trans men taking testosterone will find that emotionally and intellectually they react to things differently and think differently. So I do think hormones,
Okay.
yeah, like
testosterone poison.
Interesting.
yeah. So I do think that hormones do impact some of these things.
Well, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say totally just.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like you said, it's probably that it is a little bit of a
Yeah.
that's
Nature.
hormonal, like the way our brains are structured and hormones and stuff. But then society kind of impounds on that by being like, no, women are the nurturers and men don't, you know.
Right. Like, because you can still learn to do those things. So I think I agree. I think it's a combination of the two.
Yeah. But I mean, it definitely, like, you know, we have hormonal, it changes throughout the months constantly. And like, I swear to God, baby brain will one day like go away and I'll be able to use my brain again.
Well,
I would say before Molly died, like they had their roles in the household and things were a little more complicated where B was concerned, but they still had their roles and he was still attempting to be a father to her, just finding ways to do it outside of what he really wanted and not realizing why she didn't want to be near him. But that aside, even like the household things, they had their roles, but I feel like after she died, there was a level of weaponized incompetence with Fitz, and especially with the household things, it's just like, well, it'll have to wait, or Revel will figure it out, and I'm just like, that you're his boss. You're supposed to tell him this is not his house.
Yeah, but like he eventually, you know.
Yeah, eventually.
That does go back to the position that Fitz has held his whole life. Like when he was growing up in Buckkeep Castle, he lived in a castle, so people would do his laundry for him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't high enough on the social scale to be telling people, like it just kind of happened.
Yeah, this is true.
He was not in charge of it in any way, so he would get done, but he wouldn't have to tell anyone that it needed to be done.
Right.
And it does make mention of the fact that Molly liked to do like to look after the room herself, even though she didn't have to. And so I guess maybe, I mean, again, like it's kind of, on the one hand, it's like we're excusing his behavior more than we're explaining it. But there are reasons for it. Like he's not, like it is neglect, but it's not like, it's a kind of neglect that these days in our society, in Tasmania in particular, we have like child and family, we have specific places that people can go and take their kids and like do parenting courses and do things to help them to, you know how to do all that stuff.
Not as many that need to take use of those.
Oh, absolutely. 100% agree.
I get what you're saying. I'm just like, there's a household full of all of these other adults who are aware of these things, who have very tactfully brought up some of them at different times, and then they're shunned in her non-tactful way at all. Just very rude. And it's just like, hey, you're completely unaware of anything going on here.
Yeah.
And you're kind of doing that on purpose. Like,
yeah. I guess to this point, Emily, I don't know. Maybe it's just my own experience, but like I agree. I think when people are like, hey, this needs to be done, he does it, which I guess I feel like is sort of, at least like in my relationship, something where it's like if something is not, like my husband does a lot of stuff, housework type stuff, but if it's not in his normal routine of things that he does, he doesn't notice that it needs to be done. Does that make sense? Like it's so, like if it's part of the normal, like these are the things I do, it gets done, like whatever, it's fine. But it's like there's not usually much of an awareness of like detail oriented things beyond that. I don't know. So, and Fitz is a little scatterbrained, like, so I think similarly, it's probably like someone needs to sit him down and be like, listen, here's the things that need to happen. Go do it.
Yeah, and I do get that all of the staff they themselves as below him, so they can't tell him what to do. They can bring up that, oh, usually around this time of year we do this because such and such. Like all of the things with the house, he wound up trying to fit in the winter, a couple of weeks before Sean arrived. That he mentioned, several of the staff had brought up in the spring to be done during the summer, but he just never signed off on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. not the man for you, Renee.
Yeah, no, not the man for me either. That's too much work. I love this, but
Oh man, but you know what? At least I feel like also she had Burrick for raising her first kids, so I think by this point she kind of knows how to handle things.
Yeah.
That was her house. That was her house.
That too. I do think this is something too that like B is seen as weird and kind of outside the norm. And also I think the staff don't have as much respect because they think that Fitz is just there caring for the house for his daughter.
For Nettle, yeah.
Nettle.
And there's quite a few of them I think that thinks that B is also a bastard. So they're a bit kind of like, oh, you're an idiot. You're looking after this kid, even though, and you keep saying she's your daughter and she's clearly not, rah, rah, rah.
Right. Yeah.
And I think some of them also probably not liking how he's letting things go once Molly passed away. So it's like things are not getting done because they all live there too. And now it's apparently falling apart around them. The house, which B is finding out from, the horse boy and the other kids whose parents work there. I honestly think, like you guys are right. Also, they didn't respect him as much because I'm like, ain't no way that many kids' parents did not know that their kids were being little bastards.
Yeah. Well, and then I think when Shun shows up, they also don't really respect the way he lets her just kind of like run over him a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, her running over him means that she can run over them.
All of them. She's like,
and
all the servants too.
On that, I'm with them. Like,
yeah,
same.
Back to me either.
Yeah, like don't let her treat people that way. I don't know. I thought that was kind of messed up, but.
And I feel like as far as like him being a father to B, the whole conversation like with Nettle, who I love, I'm like, man, you are not a parent either.
Right.
Yeah.
And she had some decent ideas, but I'm like, I don't think that's going to turn out well either. No. But I'm glad they had the conversation and he kind of stuck his ground and didn't make it like a whole explosive argument. And I just like the way that whole thing kind of worked itself out, though she was mad about the whole him showing up with the Fool and Riddle. Oh yeah, that's who I don't remember who Riddle is. From the previous book.
Riddle is the guy that Nettle was in love with and she wanted to marry him, but they told her no because of her royal lineage, because he's like a commoner. So she accepted it, but they're secretly still together, like obviously.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And he was in he was one of the people that went to the Out Islands with in the 20-man trilogy, I'm pretty sure. That's where Fitz's whole we had this really great friendship thing came from.
This is true.
I mean, she could have
Very
married
true.
Regal. No, she wouldn't have.
She
Couldn't
does
have
have
married
younger
Regal, but
siblings.
like it could have been Regal.
Yeah.
I have to
She couldn't
recognize
do
her
worse.
oldest
She
daughter
could have done worse.
status.
Yeah, I think that's why Nettle thinks, that she could
Yeah, I
look
think
after
I just need to
Fitz.
go to these live and not read like 5 more Fitz.
Do what you need to do for you, Renee. Totally understand.
You get the idea. That's funny. Oh man.
Well,
Well,
my
I
goodness.
had a great time. I don't know what it is. It just it feels like so, even when it's rough, it's so comforting to me, her writing
Yeah.
style. There's something
Mhm.
about it that I just sink
Yeah.
into, and it's so good.
Exactly. I was gonna say I was sucked in immediately, even though I was like, "Oh, he's with Molly.
Mhm.
They're just living at Withy Woods, doing not a damn thing, really."
No, but
Like,
I'm like,
right in
please
the beginning,
tell me more.
I was just,
I
but I
know,
was here
it's so
for it.
nice.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, okay, all right." I didn't hate Molly. I was just like, "This is not what I thought I would
Yeah.
be getting into with the
No.
Fitz and the Fool."
Yeah.
No, but the setup is the B ends up being so interesting. So I'm excited to see where
Yeah.
that goes.
That
He's a
poor
great
child.
character. I
Yeah.
know, right?
She was just starting
Very
to figure
resilient.
things out,
She's so, and
and
yeah, she is so resilient. She's more resilient than Fitz is.
Oh yeah.
yes, well, you
And
know,
smarter.
her dad didn't ship her off somewhere or say he's
Yeah.
not her and ship her off somewhere else and to have her
Yeah. I
pretend
think
that
that, I
she's not
mean,
part of the family and then
yeah.
be raised to be an assassin, but also try to be killed
That-
several times as a child, and
That's it. I mean, as much as we say, oh, he's so frustrating and he should have noticed all this stuff and he should have done this and he should have done that. Yeah, he had it rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did not have, I mean, some of it is kind of his own fault,
Mhm.
but still, he wasn't really given an opportunity to learn better, really.
Yeah, and he was deeply traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he
I
was
think
brought up.
Riddle and Nettle kind of forget that, and he's
Yeah.
still dealing with most of the same people. They see him as an older person in their lives, and
Right.
I think we all fall for that. It's like, oh, you're supposed to be wiser when you're older, and we all
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
people who are older than us that have not learned many lessons in various
Yes.
parts of their lives. So I get it. I definitely have less. I give him less leeway though. I'm like, you are an adult now.
Mhm.
You are mostly free. You have made it so that you have less obligations than you did when you were a child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of your life decisions yourself. And so there's just less leeway because, you're an adult now.
Renee.
Oh, that was so. I was like,
Yeah, that was a little.
oh, I can't remember what it was called, but
It's a tongue tie.
yeah.
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 I was like, oh,
That
that
was-
makes sense. And then I'm just like, what? How does not even Molly notice that? Well, wasn't you-
Well,
No,
and maybe
did you-
they didn't know that was a thing.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
exactly.
can look
There's
at
no
his
therapy.
mouth,
Yeah.
There's
They don't have a
zero
medical.
therapy. Burke didn't get any therapy. Nettle didn't get any therapy, though. Maybe she's cobbled together something. She's probably talking to Riddle. Jade, oh
They
my
all-
God, that man is just now starting to write down his feelings at
Mhm.
God knows how old he is, and
Well, and that's it. Fitz was raised by a stable master and a guy who
Who also wouldn't talk about his feelings.
also raised to be who was also a bastard who was hidden and raised to be an assassin.
exactly,
He didn't
they were
have much.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Nettle
back
did
to
have a stable
Verity.
upbringing. That,
Verity,
but her upbringing was by Burek. So, like,
yeah, probably more Molly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anything else.
true.
I think Bert might have been a little bit more stable a father, well, obviously because he stayed in one place, but also because he buried his head in the sand. He ignored the fact that he had the wit and pretended it didn't happen, and he tried to stay away from any and all drama.
Yep.
With within Buckkeep and without. He saw all the stuff really that was going on with Fitz, and was just like, well, that's not a problem. I just gotta feed him and make sure he has a dry place.
I do. This is true because Molly helped her learn letters and keeping, and like she was her little shadow, and kind of followed her around and learned whatever she did, which is
Again,
hard.
it wasn't.
And there were probably people who assumed, why are you doing that? She's not capable of learning. But Molly was like, no, she can do this. I don't know.
Yeah, even outside of that, Molly was pretty self-sufficient, and so Nettle knows how to pick up after herself, and
I don't know
like
what would she push her to do though? Because like Molly wasn't like super well educated.
No.
Like I don't know. I mean, I feel like
I think she taught her what she knew and how. Like I think we are looking at this from a
very
now, as a teacher, like the way that Molly raised her is kind of horrifying. But as a parent, like she did what she needed to do. That's how you
teach
exactly
as you do practical stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, I guess here's the thing: is like she was a single parent for a while with Nettle. I think she knows who Fitz is, and I don't think she expects. Like, I think she's raised a lot of kids before. She really wanted this baby. She's comfortable doing it. Like, I get what you're saying, and like, it wouldn't be how I would choose to want to do things either. But there are people who are like, this is fine. This is what I want to be doing. I'll handle it. I don't know. I don't think that she was bothered by that. Like the thing she desperately wanted was a child, and that's like what she's putting everything towards. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just generalizing, and mostly for himself. Like he wasn't really good at doing anything, or teaching really.
Even says Renee, she's a child. Of everyone messes up things when they're children learning how to do stuff.
Especially since it was her first time doing it by herself.
It's like how kids learn. Like what? Okay. That's Jeez. Oh, this is like
she was the thing is like they weren't children. That's when they got together. And I mean, I think this is part of what I meant earlier about you're missing out some of the context from the middle trilogy. She was with Burke for a very long time. They had several kids together after Nettle. And what's his name? Fitz didn't know about them.
Like all her other children are grown adults. Like she's, I mean, she's been there.
She has a life that she created, and she decided at the end of that series to let Fitz be a part of it.
And I think that's the thing is like Fitz is just a bonus for her. Like he's not the center of everything for her. I don't know. Like it's interesting. I think she's the center of things for him. But
I mean, he might have been the center because like once their kids grew or her kids grew up and left the house, which we kind of went through quickly at the beginning there. And before B was born, there's several years where they're just a happily married couple that has to only think about each other and the house they live in.
Yeah.
Like there's no other responsibilities. It's like your kids move out, and now you have free time to go on vacation and do all the things you wanted to do and only focus on your relationship and not, you know, or like what they talk about retired couples now, you move to someplace nice and you just do leisure activities. That's kind of the life they were living.
Yeah.
It's just we went through that fairly quickly because then it was, oh, she thinks she's pregnant.
Yep.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
That she was, and now we're raising a kid again.
Yeah.
Who I can't touch. But also, just to refresh, we didn't get a point of view from Molly, right?
No.
So
Yeah.
So we don't really know how she feels about any of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna be upset. I was upset for Molly in a little bit in the first series, definitely a lot in the middle series. But like they went through the arguments and you didn't tell me about this and all of that stuff, and their relationship properly began as two grown adults with her having an established life.
Yeah.
And she sat down like, I'm not really going to change anything for you. You can be a part of this, but I'm not changing anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they agreed on and they were happy with, especially once her kids moved out. And that might be what, as far as their relationship goes, you might have missed out on, Renee.
Yeah.
But that part I wasn't really more concerned about.
I'm sure there was mutual consent. I don't think
was.
I don't think that was ever like a question.
No.
Yeah. It was weird, but
well, but also
the
that
age difference is never going to not be weird.
Barish wasn't as old as he seemed. I think he seemed really old to Fitz.
Yeah.
He probably actually wasn't that much older.
Is Molly older than Fitz?
Yeah,
Molly is
not older. Yeah.
Yeah. So Molly's
like 2 or 3.
Two or 3 years older than Fitz. But also, like Fitz came when he was like 9 or 10 or something, and Burke would have been in his 20s.
I think he was 6.
Okay.
When he turned up, yeah.
Okay, and Burke was probably like in his somewhere in his 20s at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this kid was just thrown at him, basically.
Yes. I mean, like, it's a little bit of an age gap, but it's not, like, given that they were adults at that point, I don't think it's...
No, it's still weird. I'm just, like, it's not a huge age gap, but it's enough of one, and then the woman your son was basically dating, it's weird.
Yeah,
but
actually
they seem happy, so I'm like...
I don't know. I mean...
Whatever. I don't get it, but okay. Y'all made it work.
Yeah.
Y'all got some good out of it. Shade
So, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever.
What else is there?
That kind of age gap in, like, the medieval type situation that a lot of fantasies take, at creating is between a man and a woman is pretty meh. Whatever, like it's 12 years or 14 years, say.
Maybe 15 something. I don't know. But
I think, like I said, it's that, and plus, like,
right.
Let's
exactly
get married.
And someone who's like, I don't know. I remember thinking 16-year-olds were really old when I was 4 and 5 and 6.
I remember thinking I was old.
Yeah,
when I was a teenager. So okay.
Yes,
like I get it.
Yeah.
But, it was nice to see like some other characters like Ketchikan. That was a little sad moment, and obviously Nettle. It's nice to see that at least she's turning out somewhat well adjusted.
Yeah.
But she had a good start, thankfully.
I mean, this is true. Like, a lot of people are reading age gap from it.
True.
And having them, too. I mean, like, I do know people who are, like, 15, 20 years apart that are just getting married, so still happens.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Who else was in this? Well, we haven't talked about him, but the Fool.
Yeah.
Finally. I was like, where is it?
Finally. I know, right?
It's like, I hope he doesn't show up while she's pregnant, because that would be awkward. It's been 2 years, but she's still.
I just have questions about like what is going on. Why are they trying to kill the fool? Like what is all
and
the
these
weird?
people showed up at the end because I thought it's like the white servants were sending people to kind of get the lost son or the forgotten son. And then I got confused at the very end when it's like this woman and the fog man, and they're both happy to see the forgotten son. But also arguing with the other people they're with who are whatever.
I think because remember in some of the excerpts we got, it said that they would try to take them to the temple or whatever to be trained in their like indoctrinated basically.
Yeah.
So I think they've been searching because they think there's been a white prophet born, and they're like, this kid needs to be brought to us.
Yeah. So I got that, and the part from the excerpts that like, not the excerpts from what the fool was saying happened to him and what they were asking him about, that they started reading the prophecies and they found out probably that this forgotten son has all the powers of the universe, aka the skill and the wit and whatever white prophet ability, and maybe an actual white prophet and not the watered down version that the fool and others have been, that he found out. But so I expected it to be like, this group of people all, in agreement with each other, and we're going to get this forgotten son. But I was not expecting two of them to be crying and like, oh, we've been looking for you. That lady was acting like she was his mother or her mother. And
that's
my long lost child. And then the arguing with the other men who were, fighting and all of that stuff and searching the house with violence. I'm very upset.
When does Robin Hobb ever give us uncomplicated groups?
Right? They don't, or she doesn't. But I'm just like, so they're not all on the same side? Are these just hired men that have nothing to do with the prophet servants? Or
I mean, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's like political sects within the group that believe different things about what should be done.
Yeah, and they're all searching for the same person, but for different reasons.
In, like groups, right? That you have like sects that like want different things, which is kind of
definitely
wild. They're like following the messengers and then killing them, but like hiding it.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. I'm like, why? Yeah. But yeah, the poor fool. He went back home like, oh yes, everything is chill, only to be tortured for God knows how long. At least 9 years. That's how old B is, right? So probably longer than that.
Longer than that, though.
Before she was born.
He's been gone for decades. Like, it's been a long time.
That poor man, but and the reunion was so not.
I was on the bus.
I was on the bus. I was bus sick or car sick or whatever. I was so nauseous, and B's like helping him cross the road. I'm like, that has to be the fool. And then it's my stop, and I'm like, I have to get off.
You're so
like trying to pay attention to the audiobook on.
I don't know why I didn't put that together. I should have, but then I was like, wait, until like he starts seeing stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Once she saw him again, because like I immediately picked it up when they came into town, and she was like, that beggar guy who was blind and dirty. I was like, why is she noticing this dude? But then she noticed the fog man and his sparkliness, and I was like, okay. And then they passed him again, and I was like, oh, is that the fool? Finally,
together. Dang. Wow.
Finally, hopefully, is that him? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Something said something to me, and then obviously they had their thing. Maybe that's the euphoria she felt at the very end, when the Fogman
Oh,
was
like
like, "Oh,
when
we
she's like,
found you."
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
there's definitely something weird magic about that.
Yeah.
So
Is
yeah.
when she and the fool connected, I think she was like, "Oh my god, finally everything makes sense."
Yeah.
And she was describing it as feeling really good. So maybe that what
Right,
happened
yeah.
at the end there.
Mm.
That's why I was like, maybe he saw her in his own visions. That's my assumption.
It's true. I mean, she dealt with some really intense like bullying and like,
Mm.
What the
but it wasn't
hell?
her first friend, the horse boy.
The horse boy. I hope he's alive.
I hope so too.
Me
He
too.
he could have survived that, especially since she put the robe over him.
Yeah.
Also, total Harry Potter vibes with that whole thing, especially with him being injured and then being hidden under the invisibility cloak. And I was like,
Right.
okay. But, this was before Harry Potter, maybe? I don't even know.
This came out in
I can't remember.
2014.
So maybe not.
So no.
So no. I think I should probably get going because it's
Yeah.
like 2:30 in the afternoon for us, and I'm a little bit hungry. And also, I want to go and see how my partner and the baby are doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, thank you very much.
Yeah. No,
yes.
this was fun. And
Yeah. The relief to finally talk about it.
what? Yeah.
The relief to finally talk about it.
Finally talk about it.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
for sure. No, I'm
So
glad. So
much.
now you can start the next book. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. This was fun, and we'll be back in like another month to talk about the second book in the trilogy. I'm sure there's going to be even more. So, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Have a good night, everybody, and I will see you later.
Good night.
Bye.